What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the CLG Faithful Podcast. We are episode 63 now, I believe. Pretty insane. Unfortunately, Nefarious is unable to join us tonight. He's got a class or something like that again. So instead, you just get me, Artren. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic evening. Now, I'm kind of winging this episode mainly because there's not really any good news. There's literally no general CLG news. CLG played Cloud9 and G2 in the Rocket League Championship Series. As well, we played in the Smite Pro League, playing against Luminosity and United. I'll give you the rundown initially on Rocket League, where we played Cloud9 initially. So, one thing you have to understand here is that in order for CLG to get into the playoffs, which is top 6 teams, we are currently ranked 7th. We had to win every game. We were going into the final couple weeks of the Rocket League Pro Series or Rocket League Championship Series, 1-4. And if we had won both games against Cloud9 and G2, if we did win them, we would still have a life ahead of us in possibly getting to the playoffs. And it started off really, really strong. First game against Cloud9, CLG takes the win 3-1. In game 2, to bring it up 2-0, CLG takes the win 1-0. Up to match point, CLG against Cloud9, 3-1 win. CLG 3-0s Cloud9. Now, Cloud9 is also like a second place team at this point. They have a completely reverse rank or record as us, going 4-1. Then came G2. Now, apparently, I personally didn't get to watch any of these games because they're always on at the worst times for me. The boys played really, really well against G2. Now, their playoff dreams were on the line. They had to win the games, and the scoreline kind of shows, except for game 3, but we'll get into that. Game 1 against G2, CLG loses 2-3. Close game, really well played. Game 2, they lose 1-2. Again, probably a pretty close game. Unfortunate loss. Game 3, however, CLG falls 2-6. That's pretty bad. I imagine at that point, it was all just, they were completely crushed. They gave it their all. Unfortunately, that does end our playoff dreams. Yeah. So we'll move into Smite Pro League then, where in the Smite Pro League, we played up against Luminosity and United. So this is the second half of the split for them, similar to how they do it in League of Legends. Everyone plays everyone, and then the second half is everyone plays everyone again in opposite order. So basically, the last team you played, you play again almost immediately the next week. So going into this week, CLG sits on second place at 4-1. Space Station Gaming sits in first place at 5-1, and Trifecta sits third place 3-3. Now I should note here that Luminosity and United are both who we played this weekend. We're both 2-3 going into this. So we had a better match record than they did. Moving into game 1, it was pretty brutal, I'm not going to lie. The 30k or 26k gold differential is pretty bad. Even for someone who doesn't follow Smite, that's bad gold differential. It's a loss. 41-minute loss, pretty tough to see, especially for CLG. And then we go into game 2, almost the exact same thing, 25k gold differential, 37-minute game, 20 kills to 8. Now, I got to watch this game. It was kind of sad. I'm not going to lie. It was a little sad on CLG's part. They seem to have been completely outclassed by Luminosity, who at that point in time are a lower tier team than them. So, I don't know, what might have been up or anything like that. Unfortunately, no. Didn't happen. We fall to Luminosity Gaming 0-2. Match 2 was against E-United, who basically proceeded to wipe us pretty clean. Game 2, however, was a lot closer, being an 86 to 90k gold, where we actually had the gold lead. Wow, we had a 4k gold lead at the end. Tied for kills, 9-9. Looking at the KDAs of the teams, it kind of looks like maybe CLG just completely threw the game. Like, we've got kills on well laid out against everyone. Maybe not quite as well laid out as E-United had, where they had them focused on 2 players as opposed to everyone. Either way, we were up 90k to 86 and we lost. So we go 0-2 this weekend, meaning we fall to a 4-3 record, which probably sets us in 3rd or 4th. Truthfully, it's kind of shit, but that's what we're looking at right now. Yeah, we're a 4-3 record, 3rd place, slightly above Trifecta because we have a 50% match differential, so we're 8-8 in our matches, whereas Trifecta's 8-7. However, they are 1 game behind, only at 3-3. Lots of potential swing coming for those rankings here because everyone is relatively close, except for Space Station Gaming, who are ahead of the pack 5-1 right now. But E-United is tied for us in our score, so we're both 4-3. However, E-United has played 1 less round than us, being 8-7, means they get the 2nd place. And they are 4-0 against us, which is pretty bad, actually. If it comes down to, getting 1st or 2nd at the end of the split and, we're 0-4 against E-United, that's not really going to be good. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's pretty much everything, but I kind of want to talk a little bit about the org overall, as well as just, I understand Reddit is just a hive mind. It's a big old circle jerk, especially sitting on the subreddit. But I mean, you guys on the subreddit are basically the majority of our viewers or listeners. And I mean, I hate to agree with you, but sometimes it feels as though you guys are calling it right and we just don't know what to think. Now, the top post right now, as I'm posting this, or as I'm talking about this, it's 7:30 p.m. PST. Top post is by RealShotGG. Our sub is dead as fuck for how many subs it has. I couldn't agree more. I mean, I'm looking at this. We've got 8 to 10 posts, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 posts. And that includes match results in the last week since we last posted episode 62 of the CLG Faithful Podcast. So if you don't count those, it's 7 posts were done for, 7 posts for new topics on the subreddit. I mean, I understand it's the middle of the split for CLG. We have no playoff streams. We're not going to MSI. Well, I guess we might if we... Is there a gauntlet round we can do? I can't remember. It just... There's nothing League of Legends, but... I mean, we got Smite, we got Smash, we got freaking Rocket League. Though, I mean, truthfully, for Smite and Smash, nothing... Or Smite and Rocket League, not a whole lot's going very well. Same for Rainbow Six, I think we're out. I think in that post, a lot of people would agree, is that the organization possibly needs to give us content that isn't League of Legends so that we have things to do and talk about that are not League of Legends. While I love League, and I know that CLG started as a League team, with the amount of content, and I don't know how much money MSG has to really, put out there for us. However, you'd think, we got amazing video guys in Ricky, and Ricky and sorry, and Captain Jack. Like, let them do some awesome videos. Like 20 questions with Skies is okay, but at the same time, like, what about some like Finding Cindy stuff where we have something to lulz about for like every week? 20 questions is kind of, okay, cool. Well, yeah, whatever. But like, give us, something cool like that. I think that would be pretty awesome. I don't know where I'm kind of going on this tangent here. Overall, it kind of feels as though there's just, the org doesn't appreciate, not doesn't appreciate, because they obviously do. The org doesn't seem to want to give content to its fans. We've got, how many people are on the subreddit right now? We got 15,752 fans. Even if, say, only 40% of those regularly come to the Reddit, I can imagine it's probably even less. Probably like 10% regularly go. That's 1,500 people that are, checking out the subreddit and being like, oh, it's dead. Bye. Dead. Bye. Dead. Bye. Like, I don't know. Some form of a promotion or anything. I understand without being the top League of Legends team, it makes it a bit difficult to bring in a bigger and more fresh player base or fan base, but it can't be healthy for the organization to be trying to thrive on old fans. I'm always going to be a fan. I have picked CLG. CLG is my team. I loved it when Hotshot started streaming, and that's what really brought me into loving CLG. And then we had the Afromoo Double Lift days with Freakin' and Link and all that. And I've been a fan the entire time. And that's what has been special about CLG, is that I've been here since the ground up. And I'll always be a fan of Counter Logic Gaming. But the fact that we're not getting any reason for new fans to come on board, it feels, is kind of hard. And I don't know. I'm just ranting here, and hopefully you haven't turned this off and just said, oh God, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm trying to give you a coherent thought here on it, but it's hard to really even think of anything about it, truthfully. Like, CLG just needs to get its shit together. The organization, I don't care if we are, a 5th, 6th, 7th place team in League of Legends or whatever. I just enjoy the guys and the team mentality of all of the teams. I want to see more content from Rainbow Six or Smite, where it's them hanging out and, doing their own Finding Cindy, to kind of bolster morale and have a good time. And maybe next split, we'll see a turnaround on them or something. It'd be kind of nice to see some content like that to give fans, especially during this downtime, something to think about. Even if it is saying like, hey, Stixay's home in Arizona right now, maybe send someone along to Arizona. Like, say, hey, Ricky, you want to go on a vacation for a week? Do some cool shots there, and just upload Stixay in his hometown, or Stixay showing off Arizona and be like, yo, this is a reason to come to Arizona, or I don't know. That's enough rambling for me. Thank you guys very much for listening to the CLG Faithful Podcast. There wasn't a whole lot of content this week. I apologize. I guess Kia Motors is an official auto partner of CLG's Rocket League team. Sure. I don't know. This is the CLG Faithful Podcast. We are a weekly podcast that covers all things CLG. If you do enjoy what we're doing, please take a minute to like us, or not like us on Facebook. We don't have a Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. Give us a ratings on iTunes or Google Play. Hit that like button on Spotify if you're one of the 5 people who listens on Spotify. Sorry, I love you, Spotify people. Or if you have any comments or criticism, you can leave them in the Reddit post or send an email to us, clgfaithful@gmail.com. Thank you guys very much for listening if you made it all this way through my rambling, and please have a fantastic evening. I've been Artren. You can find me twitter.com/ArtrenTV. Peace.